Hi everybody, Morgana Galaxia here. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here today and happy day after Christmas. So, oh my goodness, you guys know why Nashville, okay? Nashville bombing, Christmas morning, oh my God. So I want to take a look at Nashville today. I also want to take a look at if Trump's going to sign the stimulus package and if he's going to come back to the White House. Now, there's a lot of things happening as we speak, right? And I'm making this video. It's going to take me some time to upload it. There's a really good possibility that we might find out yay or nay on Trump signing this COVID deal. That's the risk you take, I guess, sometimes when you wait till the last second to make videos. But that's what I'm going to do, those three questions. And I'm going to use my Crow Tarot today by M. Jane Cullinane. And yeah, so let's get to it, right? I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and got everything you wanted. I pretty much did. And I didn't watch any news at all. My mom called to wish us a Merry Christmas, and she told us about what happened in Nashville. So, we went and looked today. But okay, that's what I'm going to ask first, you guys. Nashville. So, really weird, right? It was an RV parked somewhere that should have been really busy on a Christmas morning, but it wasn't, right? Because of COVID and what have you. So there wasn't anybody there. It was really empty. And apparently it gave off some warning shot gun sounds to sort of attract the police and attract attention. And then it started broadcasting an evacuation. There's going to be an explosion. Gave people 15 minutes to take off. And then, of course, it exploded. And I believe there were remains found at the scene. And now, of course, they're saying that it looks like it was a suicide bomber. So that's what we know. And I'm going to ask Spirit, of course, what don't we know, Spirit? What can you tell us about this? So when it first started, I'll just lay it out there. My first thought was Trumpsters, right-wing fanatics, white supremacist militias, what have you, these right-wing people wreaking havoc for Trump. Okay, that was my first thought. And I'm just going to do like Dumbledore with his pensieve. Pull that thought out of my brain, put it in the pensieve, and open myself up to whatever other possibilities might exist, okay? And there's a lot, could have been that, right-wing Trumpsters, could be Russia, could be some other foreign actor, China sent us some seeds recently that were a big problem. Could be other, international actors. It could still be, it could be a Muslim terrorist attack. It could still be domestic, but maybe for some other reason. Maybe it was an attack on infrastructure because AT&T was right there, right? We don't know. All we know at this point is that possible suicide. Okay, possible suicide bomber. And we know that Muslim terrorists will employ that tactic, but, who's to say someone else wouldn't either. So what was this Nashville terror attack about? Spirit, can you please give us some information? This was in the heart of Nashville. This is Tennessee, you guys. Red zone, okay? For political, information, I would imagine that is definitely Republican territory, Tennessee. Although Nashville's a big city. It's a big city. Big cities do tend to turn purple. Right, you guys? So, I'm just asking my angels, my guides, and my friends to gather closer and help me with this reading. Let's find out some information. What can you tell us about this Nashville terror attack? All right, you guys, let's bring it down. Just going to do a little modified Celtic cross. All right. So, we're going to start out what's the face of the reading here? We got the 8 of Pentacles, okay? This is about working, production, producing, an artisan, a skilled worker, honing their craft, being very productive. So one of the key things about this card is there's more than one. It's multiples, okay? There's 8 here. It's not just doing one job. It's a repetitive action, a repetitive work. It's repetitive work. So, yeah, let's leave that there for a moment. I'll come back and see if I could summarize. What's the energy that's crossing this issue? So what's a challenge with the 2 of Wands here is there's partnership. There's partnership in work. Okay, so that's a challenge here. Someone's not doing something by themselves. There's definitely at least one other person there with this mutual goal and this focus of work that they're doing here. But that's a challenge to this issue. What is in the sky? What is known? The Hierophant. So what's known here is, think big government, big industry. I wouldn't even say industry so much because, I'm thinking this was really close to that AT&T building. But this is government, church, ideology. Okay, so there's definitely, I'm going to go right there. There's an ideology taking place here of one kind or another. What is, excuse me, underneath this reading, foundational to this question? 8 of Wands. We've got a lot of wands in this reading here, a lot of work. Is there's going to be a lot coming fast. There's going to be a lot coming really fast. Coming to us, coming to the perpetrators. Not too sure yet, but there's a lot of stuff in the air right now. All right, so the issue, I should say, I'm sorry, the energy that we've just come through, that we've just passed through, we have a reversed Queen of Pentacles. Here it is, right side up. So a reversed Queen of Pentacles. This would tell me someone who is aggrieved, maddened, really upset, wanting to throw a wrench in things and to create some financial damage, okay? Right side up, the Queen is a benefactor, someone who is very smart, very wise, with money, kind, giving, generous. Upside down, you're looking at basically the opposite, okay? So this is someone in power who is aggrieved and looking to do some financial damage right here. So that's where we're coming through. And the energy we're moving into with the 5 of Cups, but reversed, okay? So the 5 of Cups typically is loss. It's loss. Sadness and grief over what you've lost, oftentimes not realizing what you still have, okay? When it's upside down here, when it's upside down, I want to say you've lost it all. You've lost it all. Okay, so just give me a moment to sink into this a little bit. All right, everybody, let me bring this up. All right, so I just wanted to take a little minute to kind of sink into this, see if I can get some like a cohesive story here, okay? And essentially, I'll tell you, what I'm getting is with this 8, you know, with this 8 of Pentacles, and we've got the 8 of Wands right underneath it. We got Pentacles, we got Wands. This is telling me that, okay, this is telling me, one, there is a plan at work here. There's a plan at work for this to be a multi-event type of deal, okay? This isn't one job. This card, like I mentioned before, is about productivity, volume, right? It's about producing. I'm just getting a sense here that there are people that work on multiple tasks, multiple jobs, multiple achievements. There's multiples going on here. So it's kind of pointing to the fact that this wasn't supposed to be a standalone. I'm guessing there's more than one event here, okay? The challenge to that is all in the planning. It's all in the planning. And I'm getting kind of 2 ways with this. One, the planning might prevent multiple events from happening, like they just can't pull it off. They just can't get the planning together to really implement the full plan, okay? The other feeling I'm getting with this is the planning of this event was very strange. The gunshots, right? Attracting the police, warning people, giving an evacuation, you know, them blaring the loudspeaker, okay? Whatever these things are very unusual, not something you see in a situation like this. And I feel like those elements of the plan are really throwing law enforcement for a loop. It's really forcing more questions. You know, if this was someone who wasn't interested in killing, what was the point, right? Why did they avoid killing, but why did the person kill themselves? There's a lot of strangeness around how this plan rolled out, and I think that is a challenge. Those strange questions are a challenge in investigating this. Aside from that, I think that the planning stages of this is a challenge to the goal of multiple incidents, okay? Again, like I said, in the sky, what I'm getting here is ideology and just a concern with who holds all the power. This is ideology, but definitely, you know, a pushback against authority. The authority who hold the key, okay? The authority who wields the power. The authority that tells you, I'll give you some relief, or no, screw you, I'm not giving you any relief. You know, the authority who says you don't have to go back to work. You do have to go back to work. You're going to get a vaccine. You're not going to get a vaccine, right? So as you know, the government, there's just a lot of power that they have over us. And you can just imagine just this big messy cloud of, you know, what side of the political spectrum you're on and all the grievances that you might have against the authority wielded against you. That's what I'm getting, you know, from this. It's just, you know, a middle finger to the powers that be, to Big Brother, right? The government. So foundationally, again, another 8 of Wands. This is reinforcing to me that, you know, essentially this was supposed to be a multi-event for lack of a better phrase, okay? We could hopefully the planning and any investigations will quash that, but there's this possibility that we can expect more. Again, the energy just came through with the Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, we just came through a period, I'm going to say most immediately came through a period where our COVID stimulus relief was just crapped on, right? You know, they fought till the very last minute, finally pushed through some anemic, sad little plan, and now Trump's taking a crap on that too. A lot of people are really desperate. and really upset at the government and really upset at either Trump or whatever lies they believe, regarding the government that the other side might believe in. So I'm just getting a lot of emotional chaos, a lot of tumult, a lot of, desperation around money. People are broke. People are hungry. There's food lines, right? Things run out in the grocery stores. People are freaked. There's not enough jobs. Okay, it's chaos, chaos. Mostly about money. And these people are aggrieved. And this card also shows fear-based manipulation. Okay, so it's telling us that all those feelings of terror and fear and desperation have been used to manipulate you, and the fear has been used to control you, okay? That's the Queen of Pentacles reversed, control and manipulation and fear. And we have plenty, there's a lot of fear out there that can be used against us. And for the outcome, of course, like I said, with the Five of Cups upside down, this is just pointing to the devastating loss. The devastating loss. I feel like, there was a loss, but not total. But with this being upside down, being upside down, it's just, it's more of what's bad about the cards. So just more long. So, this is for entertainment purposes only. Just reading you what the cards are telling me. Does it sound like I'm hedging a little? Yeah, because I don't like what it's telling us. But essentially, it's telling us that we could expect, worst case scenario, another or multiple events. Best case scenario, everything gets foiled, and maybe we find out about it later that, oh, this was a target, that was a target, this was a target. But maybe the planning fell through, the authorities were able to quash it. That's kind of where I'm going. So this isn't telling me those things will come to pass, just I'm getting that this is the intent of the actors who perpetrated this, that this wasn't a one-shot deal, okay? Because, yeah, getting multiples, lots of fast action, multiples, okay, you guys? Okay, so let's leave that there, and, this is just my intuition. I can certainly be wrong. Interestingly, I will say that I didn't get any cards that would lead me overseas, okay? I don't really have the World or anything like traveling, leaving. I don't see anything like that. So I'm going to say domestic. This was a domestic terrorist attack. This was homegrown. And yeah, I'm going to say someone's mad at the government. And it's because people are suffering. We're suffering, suffering, suffering. And that can really just turn a person upside down and make them do things they wouldn't normally do. Or they're just taking out their grievances on one side of the government or another. Also interesting, because I really thought this happening next to the AT&T building might have had something to do with that. But that's not showing up either. Not to say it's not there, but it's not showing up right here. So we'll find out some more in the coming days about what that was all about. And blessings to Nashville, to everybody out there, anybody who might have been affected. I send my light over there so that truth can be uncovered, okay? So, stimulus. Like I've been saying, people are broke, hungry, desperate, and everything ends tonight, right? So, I don't know. I'm down here reading these cards. Maybe the news is talking about Trump signed this bill. Could be happening right now. I don't know. So let's see if I make a fool of myself. Okay, let's keep this short and simple. Basic yes, no. a little 3-card spread. Will Trump sign the COVID stimulus as is? Okay, as is. Will he sign it as is? The $600 checks. $600 checks. Will Trump sign this thing as is? Spirit, you can tell us. You can tell us. Will Trump sign it? This deck, all right. All right, I'll bring you down. Okay, what I'm getting? I'm getting 2 of Pentacles. He's juggling, okay? He's thinking about it. He's not sure. He's juggling. Yes, no. He doesn't know. He's juggling. He's juggling. He's thinking. What's his challenge? Utter downfall, okay? So his challenge is basically he don't give a fudge about anything anymore. Screw the American people. You know, his downfall. He has experienced it. He's in the throes of it. He's, by all accounts, burning down the house. So I don't think he's really coming from a place where he's feeling very altruistic, unless he's trying to get something out of this. You know, by all accounts, he's still delusional, still thinks he won this thing. I don't know. Maybe he thinks he can get some more fans, but really he's probably just trying to screw the Senate, okay? He had all day long to complain about the $600, and he didn't do it until after they voted and approved it, right? I think the challenge to this is this was an attack on the Senate, you guys. Outcome, though, you can't ask for a better outcome with this Knight of Cups. That's the hero. That's the hero coming to the rescue. Trump's not a hero, though. So, okay. So what he's doing right now is actually like a pocket veto. So he didn't veto this thing. He's basically sitting on it. He's delaying, okay? And I'm not quite sure how this works. If he sits on it too long, does it just go into effect? Or, you know, maybe he has so many days before he has to kick it back. There's just no way that Trump's going to be the hero here. So what I'm going to say is that Congress is going to make this happen. They're going to come to the rescue. Someone's going to come to the rescue, okay? And it's more likely to be Congress either overriding his veto or the veto expires and Congress just allows this thing to pass into law. But this is a very positive card, okay? This is someone coming to our rescue. So I'm glad to get that card. This kind of indicates this is a yes card. It would tell me yes. So I think either, you know, he's still thinking about it. That's not a no. It's all the intentions are all wrong, you know? And if he can stab someone in the back, he'll do it. And if he can stab 10 people in the back, all the better. But the rescue's coming. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Either his pocket veto expires and it just goes through, or he vetoes and they override it. And that's kind of the as-is version. All right. Nancy Pelosi is doing a floor vote on Monday. She's doing a floor vote to see about this $2,000 direct check. So let's just give it a quick look-see, because I'd rather have $2,000. I'll tell you that. Quick look-see. You know, maybe this is in the back and forth somehow. Let's look. Is it going to be 600 or is it going to be 2,000? I'll ask like that. We're going to do a 600 direct stimulus or a 2,000. I should say direct payment. All right. So we're going to do 600 and bring it down here. So 600, 2,000. All right, that's a 600. Here we go with the 2,000. Well, so the 600 is telling me this is getting a judgment card, you guys. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit. All right, whatever. So judgment. So this getting the judgment card, this gives me the feeling that this is going to be where judgment lands. $600 right here. What's crossing that with the 5 of Swords here as that, you know, it's a big battle. It's an abuse of power. It's just a horrible situation, and I agree with that. And with the outcome, we have death reversed. So I think this is pretty clearly telling us that the transformation that a real stimulus package could have had for the American people is just not going to come to fruition here. Transformation, this is not going to transform the economy. It's not going to be a huge stimulus. It's not going to rescue a bunch of people. You know, it's something, it'll help. But, you know, death is all about completely transforming, okay? And upside down, that process is stalled out. So this $600 is at best a stopgap, a Band-Aid. All right, it'll get you through another couple of weeks, maybe until another administration comes in, okay? So, yeah, it was hard fought, and it's a bunch of crap, and it's an abuse of the Senate's powers, no question about that. But this is where judgment's fallen, you guys, okay? The 2,000, here's a 2,000 option, all right? We got the Hierophant. So here's the government. They got the key to make this happen. They have the ability. You know, here's Nancy bringing them to a vote. Come on, let's make this happen, you guys. This is the government manifesting. Make it happen. And with the Six of Cups, I think the challenge here is that, well, the Six of Cups is basically padding the nest. This is the little nest egg. This is something that's going to help the families a little bit, okay? But this isn't a challenge indicating, you know, maybe this might not happen. You know, it could also, of course, indicate people need more. $2,000, you know, might get you 4 weeks instead of 2 weeks or whatever. But it would have been better. But this is in a challenge position. So, you know, those in government just don't want this to happen. They're just fighting it. And with the outcome, we got the Queen of Cups. You know, this is just, it's all about emotion. It's all about emotion. And normally, you know, the Queen of Cups would be very loving and a very loving energy, very healing. You know, the Queen of Cups would definitely be someone you think would give people what they need. But you know, it's possible, but this would be the $2,000 would be so much more helpful for the people. Again, I'm just getting it, you know, yeah, the government has the power to do that. There's a lot of people, Democrats, okay, that want to help people pad their nests. I think with the Queen of Cups, I'm going to say this is Nancy's emotional appeal, okay? The Democrats, but Nancy is the speaker. And Chuck Schumer in the Senate, okay? This is the emotional appeal. We got to do this. We got to help people. We got to make them whole. We got to float them. We got to do something. But that's where it ends, all right? That's where it ends. So even though one option is clearly crappy and another option is a whole lot better, this one is the one I think where judgment's going to fall, you guys, okay? But like Biden said, if it's going to be $600, that's a down payment. So, we got to get those 2 Georgia Senate seats. If we can manage that, we might actually get some help come February, January, February. All right, you guys, that's it for me tonight. Thank you so much for visiting my channel again. I'm so glad you're with me. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and I'm sure I'll be back before the new year. I don't know, you guys, let's just send love and light out there. You know what I like to do? I'll kind of scan either the globe or the nation, what have you, and right where you find those darkest spots, that's where you need to go, okay? And just flood it with light. Flood it with light and love, and we'll see how 2021 turns out. All right, bye everybody. I'll see you guys soon.